The clap now.
We're doing the clap now.
We're doing
the clap now.
C-L-A-P.
Episode 72 of the Macpack podcast.
Woo! Yes.
G'day and welcome to the Macpack podcast. We're back. My name's Jake McKenna and to my left, this week in Order of the Blokes with the most recent promotion, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, boy?
Jake, I'm moving up in the world and I feel fantastic.
As you should, brother Mingo. And to our right, coming at 641, as it does each and every week, it's the baby brother of the pack who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you?
I'm moving up in the world, but I'm not as good as Joey. I'm not getting any promotion.
I don't think there's as many promos getting dished out down at the shed.
There you go.
Boys, we've got a whole heap of stuff to chat about on this week's episode of the Macpack podcast.
As always.
We're addressing Valentine's Day.
Oh,
We've
lovely.
asked the people, is it overrated, is it underrated, and all that jazz, so we'll find out a little bit more regarding the topic. We're also playing a sneaky game / prank.
Oh, shit.
And I've got a gripe based on a little Uber drive that I took over the weekend. Wasn't a fun experience. It's a massive app, so let's get into it. Boys, it's boy!
Brother Mingo.
How are we all? Are we all wet?
It's great to be here.
It's fantastic to
But it
be
must-
back in the studio.
It must be nice over on that left side of the panel, Joey.
Dollar bills, y'all.
It does. It feels great. It feels great to be promoted. Now, this is something I've been wanting to bring up for a while. I got promoted.
Not from here, did you? We didn't give you a promotion. The Macpack
No,
podcast.
no, demoted here actually. Moved down to. Yeah, I'm the fourth highest paid. You didn't even want to know who's the third. It's embarrassing. Yeah, so I got promoted in December. Effective
ages
1
ago.
Jan. So yeah, it's a while ago. I've been trying to get it in the run sheet, but nah, too busy to mention that, Joey. But now finally I'm getting my day in the sun.
You only just mentioned it. He was being humble for a month, but then he was like, nah.
It's because
I deserve
when it
my
got
time.
announced, it was when Luke Jackson was on.
Oh, Jacko.
So we were talking about it a bit then, but obviously like
Did
it's
you
kind of
compare salaries when he sat down? You went, mate,
nah, I
Yeah,
How
me
much
and
you
Jake
want?
left the room and he was like, alright, so what do you want? What do you want, Luke?
So like yeah.
That's
We
cute.
won't reveal it on the podcast.
Ooh.
That's-
But you got like a 30% increase.
I did, yeah. You know, it's nice being a baller, I guess.
Oh.
What is this conversation?
My boy's winning.
Good on you, Joe.
boys.
Thanks,
Winning.
man. Thanks.
Props to you. COVID, I've got written down. I can't remember what we were going to talk about.
Riley's got a COVID story.
I've got a story, boys.
Okay.
So these masks.
Hit
huh?
me. Oh, you haven't? Okay, give me.
You guys hate masks as
I'm
well.
not a fan.
Like, I was a bit like, yeah, I like, because there was a while where we didn't wear the masks. Like, it was just not a thing in WA for like almost a year.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're kind of drippy. Like, I kind of want to wear them.
There was definitely, the first time we had the mask mandate.
Yep.
I remember like going out and
So
we
you got a
had
mandate.
Hey,
This guy.
spicy.
it was like, the first time we had the mask mandate, we had masks that mum had bought and I hadn't worn one before.
They're not good, man.
Oh,
They were really like big.
I still
so
have
huge.
mine. That's the one I wear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I upgraded, but
It's in between mask. It's more balaclava than it is mask. This thing covers, I
It's the
reckon,
opposite
it's
of a
safe,
balaclava.
about
that's for sure.
60% of my face. Like I can just,
You could rob a bank.
I can just see out of it. And when I wear my spectacles, it gets very fogged up
Foggy,
because
yeah.
it's so big. It
No
covers
idea.
half my glasses.
What's your favorite type of mask?
well, that's the thing. I went out and I remember going out. I was wearing my big mask that mummy got me. A lot of people rocking the
Not to a bank, I hope.
No. A lot of people rocking the disposable ones. I feel like they're the baseline.
Pavo.
Yeah, a bit cringe.
They're my favorite.
Riley bought the stacks.
I
We
bought like
went to the
100.
shops. You bought 250 of
Because
them.
they're the cleanest option. They're the most effective. And
Wasteful.
they look cool. And they're comfy. They're not.
Nah.
They don't get too hot. They're like comfy. They're breathable. And they just
I don't
puff
know.
them
They're
off
better
like
than
that.
the half faces that I've been getting rid of.
I
hate-
think my favorite ones are the I think they're called the KN95s. They're the ones that look like a beak.
Oh, no, they look terrible. The ones that look like you should be welding. The white ones that people are wearing, that they're like basically.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
they're real
Dust
pointy.
masks.
Yeah.
No,
They're
I
dust mask ones, yeah.
I like them because then your face is. I find when I wear my mask, it's like really pressing up against my like lips.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sometimes it like muffles your talking and stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this the duck mask.
And
But yeah, I went out the first time when we had the mask mandate, and I was going out wearing my mask. I was like, oh, it's not the coolest mask ever, but it's got to do. And then I go out, and everyone's got all these like really cool like pattern masks and like they got like designer brands, and like we hadn't had to wear them before, and I was like,
Who's
When the fuck did everyone do this?
Yeah, everyone knew before.
When did they get the mask memo?
Anyway, so these masks, right? They're fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Everyone's grown to dislike them, and
Yeah.
we've had it good, but we still hate them over here in WA. But there was a moment today.
I thought that was
work.
the end of the story.
My job is pretty physical, right?
Yeah.
I'm a labouring man,
Nice.
and so it gets hot, especially in this summer heat. It's a sweaty day with those masks on.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, fuck this shit, fuck this mask, fuck it. But then today I was like,
The expletive.
He's always like
mask.
that.
there was a moment where I was like, this mask is coming in handy. Because I took a break. I didn't take a break, but I was standing in my workspace, and there was a customer that came up to me, and I was taking a drink out of my water bottle, mask off, obviously, while I'm drinking. And then this customer comes up to me, and he's a lovely man, great guy.
Do you know him personally, or is this just...
I grew to know him a little bit over our 2-minute chat, which is quite a long interaction with the customer. But yeah, he was just talking to me about this kind of stuff that he wanted to be doing in the shop and what he was looking for.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to him a bit, and then I was like, oh, this guy's like top bloke. But he does smell.
Oh.
He smells bad. And I'm still drinking my water. And then this pong starts coming up, and I'm like, well, that's not me. It's definitely him. And I was like, if only there was something to stop this pong.
Were you both wearing a mask?
I wasn't.
Riley was
I
drinking at
my
this.
water bottle. But then I was like,
What was he doing?
He was talking to
He
me
was just
about...
ponging.
Without a mask?
No, with a mask.
No,
So
he
this
had
is
body odor.
penetrating the
This is
mask.
body odor.
penetrating. Yeah. This
Well,
Is
it's
it-
not his face. It's not a face. It's
No,
not
it's
face
not a
smell.
face smell.
Oh, he shat himself, our man.
Almost. That's what it smelled like. Yeah, but the man had not seen a shower in a little while, I don't think.
Oh.
So he was ponging up. But I was like, if only I had a little old reliable something to block my cavities in which I breathe in, to purify this air as I breathe. And I put the mask on, and I was like, this thing's good. At first, I showed me. I was like, this thing must be blocking out a fair bit of stuff, because that pong just went away
Okay.
instantly.
Nice. Good. Positives.
Yeah, that's
Positives.
what you want.
So
Yeah.
I don't
reckon
like.
these
I
masks are
really
here to
don't
stay.
like talking about oral hygiene. It's one of my least favorite.
This
things.
is an
It's
oral
not oral,
hygiene. This
brother.
is body smell.
Yeah, his breath was
hygiene
nice.
itself. I think I really dislike dirty people. I'm on the record.
Fair
You're
enough.
anti-dirt.
I'm anti.
Controversial.
Nah, fair
Hate the
enough.
smelly dude. Doesn't give a smelly guy the time of day. You think you're better than everyone? Because what? You shower? You shower once a week, and you think
David
you're better
Beckham?
than everyone?
David Beckham out here with his sprays.
Oh boys.
You know, it came out like a lot of there's a lot of people who like Jake Gyllenhaal, for example, apparently doesn't shower.
At all?
Like rarely.
Why?
That's fucked
Um,
up, bro.
I think showering too much is bad for your skin.
Once
but-
a day is fine.
Yeah, I think so. Apparently, Jakey boy doesn't. Shout
I-
out Jake Gyllenhaal.
I shower at least once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
Mind you, Riley, you do it once a day because we run out of water on your second attempt.
Yeah.
You're in there for best part of 20 minutes.
That's cap.
Anyway,
We'll get into that another time.
Rain-
I think
rain
rain
chat.
chat. Yeah, so it rained on the weekend. Bit of a shower from the skies.
Nah, maybe that man, if he had to come in today, he wouldn't have smelt as bad because he would have been a part of the whole rain chat
That's
debacle.
a good point. That's a great point.
Did you hear Neighbours is packing up
Neighbours
as well?
is gone.
We're just skipping around on this hot topic.
I know.
Neighbours is dipping by the sounds of things. So the UK channel that loves Neighbours, I think Neighbours is loved more internationally
Oh, really?
than it is nationally.
It's trash.
Yeah, but
it's not
they tune
great.
in. They see a bunch of wacky Australians go about their business at Summer Bay, or
I think it's largely the vibe.
Yeah.
The vibe of the place looks quite nice. It's probably the best thing that we can ever do for tourism is have these pretty
Shitty
rubbish TV shows.
Yeah,
We'll be on them if required though. Like
obviously, yeah.
we'll
I'd
put
love
our
to
ha-
be
we'll
on
put- yeah,
Neighbours.
we'll put-
Ramsay Street is Neighbours. Sorry,
we'll put our hat in the ring. What do you say?
Summer Bay is home and away.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
weird
take
that they have such...
beggars can't be choosers. We'll
Like
do
Home and
either.
Away and Neighbours are basically the same show.
Do they ever do like a crossover?
I'm not sure. I saw Fitzy and Whipper though. I think they were talking about it either yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
And they said Neighbours is like we're going to pack up. So what's happening is the UK, because they're such a in-demand place, that's where majority of our money, I would assume, regarding the Neighbours budget is allocated to.
Oh, okay. Marketing and...
It's coming from the UK.
Oh yeah, because
And
I
because
don't think Channel 10's paying much these days.
and because the UK contract is ended and they don't want to renew their contract to have Neighbours on English TV,
They're packing up.
basically there's not going to be any money for Neighbours to take place.
Jeez.
A great call, and a call that I liked quite a bit. I can't remember if it was Fitz or Whip. They went, why don't we like, because someone was just like, why don't you just do like $1, just everyone like hand in $1 gold coin donation across Australia, and then that's how much it's going to cost to do Neighbours.
Move it to the ABC.
A better idea that my thoughts were, there's some big stars that have been on Neighbours previously.
Yep, Margot.
Oh.
Name another one.
Kylie Minogue.
How old was
Minogue.
Margot?
Huh?
How old was Margot?
I think she would have been like teenager.
Oh, she was okay.
I listened to an episode of Hamish and Andy from 2006.
They were on it?
And they interviewed a heap of people who were from Home and Away. I think it was the Hemsworth dude, and some other. Oh no,
Liam.
what's the like? This is Home and Away. I'm talking about. Who's like the fat guy? Toadfish.
Toady.
Do you know Toady?
Yeah.
No.
They interviewed. Anyway,
Toady's the bald guy.
they interviewed Toady. No, he's got hair.
I
He's a bit
don't
weird
know.
though. Anyway,
Yeah, with the fucking
The goatee, yeah,
Looks
yeah.
like Shannon Knoll.
so Hamish and Andy called. I think it was on like their Remembering project. I'm sure you can find it if you want. They called. They had a phone interview with these stars of Home and Away, right? And it was Toady, and they just talked Toady's fucking leg off for like 10 minutes. Margot Robbie was also on the phone and said like 3 things, and then they pack up the
Down at a
call.
bar.
And they didn't really, they were on reflection, because the Remembering project, they do like,
Yeah, they go back and listen to their old
it's
stuff.
like rewind sort of stuff. And they're like, right, we had Margot Robbie on the show in like 2006, and we didn't really speak to her whatsoever. Like, she just wasn't.
Well, yeah,
that
I mean,
interested, 'cause
Toadie's
you
like he was on Neighbours forever.
Yeah, but you don't notice how these little people start off.
Now she's on Kimmel.
What I'm trying to say is they could easily hit up like the big stars that have made it big in
Get
Hollywood
back.
and go, all right, just donate however much you think you owe
Just
back
give us
to
your
us
paycheck back.
for giving us your start. Because
They
there's
should just-
I think both the Minogue sisters are on
Sisters.
Neighbours. I
And
think
don't-
I think Home and Away has probably had more successful stars.
I couldn't. Which one is Alphon? Love that guy.
I think he's Neighbours.
Yeah, probably.
No, maybe not.
That would be a good game.
Do you know?
My-
That's a great game. We'll play it next week.
Do
We'll
you
actually
remember?
lock that
I
in.
remember.
Is he
when-
from Home and Away or is he from Neighbours? Iconic superstars and rogue shit characters.
Do you remember when I like vividly remember one season finale of I think Home and Away because I was like the one Mum used to watch.
Yeah.
That like chick got stabbed
What the fuck?
and it was like a bit
It's always
like
something huge. Like there was a bomb in one time.
there's always like crazy shit goes down.
And then they
like-
come back in Feb.
Oh yeah,
and
in
it's
the
all like,
first 7
yeah,
minutes of the
no.
first
it's
next
like, oh,
season.
no. It wasn't
Problem
actually a
solved.
bomb. Someone just had a big dream. It was weird.
Yeah, they should just start playing Home and Away from episode 1 in like the
Yeah,
50s
that's
or
right.
whatever.
You
Very
can
much
rewatch it. You can rewatch Home and Away. I think if you go on 7+, we're doing a lot of
Home and Away.
we're doing
Promo,
heaps
yeah.
of plugs. for
Jason,
other
just
people.
listen to this podcast.
We've done
and-
Fitzy and we've got Hamish and Andy, we've got Margaret.
Oh, you know who needs a shout out? Margot.
They're all fans of the show.
Facts.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go on 7+, you can watch from the beginning of Home and Away. So
Jeez,
you know,
you'd never have to watch anything ever again.
if you're looking to binge something for the rest of the time,
There you go.
there's your go-to.
So I had a pretty quiet weekend.
Yeah,
I was in bed. It was about midnight.
binging Home and Away. Yeah,
No, we had
Start to
just
finish.
Very
we
cool.
were,
Alf had hair in the.
Alf
first
had hair. Yeah, no, we just watched Paddington.
Alf's from Neighbours.
We're watching.
I'm pretty sure.
No, Alf's the little alien guy from that TV show.
What?
Nah, that's it.
Okay. Alf
Anyway,
Swing and a miss.
yeah, so I was watching Paddington.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite movies, Paddington 2. So tired that I was falling asleep on the couch, and Kira's like, "No, we'll finish it in the morning. Let's go to bed."
Yeah.
I hate
So
that.
go to bed, lying down. Then I get this text come through. Jake goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, just at Kira's."
Jake's trying to get a sneaky link going.
Jake goes,
That's weird.
"Oh, Uber's gonna be about $80. Any chance you can get a lift?"
Yep.
So Jake, how'd it go?
Okay. I don't like doing the ride sharing. I've never been a big ride sharing man.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
clutch
can
your
tell.
purse a little bit too tight for that, eh?
No, that-
Every weekend. It's
Not
like,
everyone's
I've
getting promos.
lift.
I've never had a good experience in one of these vehicles ever.
I have great. experience.
Never.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time it rocked up? Was it? It was me and you rocked up here.
Yeah.
Was it us? Can't
I
remember.
have no idea.
Remember the guy got into like a big fight with
I wasn't with you then.
LT?
Oh, vaguely, yeah.
Anyway, every time I get
When he's on, we'll tell that story.
every time I take a ride share, it never goes well. I
What's
think I've
that?
told the story previously where I took a Diddy from my mate's house home,
DD.
and then I was quite crook. Have I told this story on the
Yeah,
podcast?
you know, there is a saying where it's like, if everywhere you go smells like shit, maybe have a look under your shoe.
Maybe you're hanging out with Riley's mate from the big no, but what? Do you remember last time I took a ditty and then
Yeah, I
DD,
almost got
bro.
into a fight.
yeah, I
on
was gonna
South Street.
throw hands
Yeah,
with my
you
thumbs.
told it on the
Well,
vodka.
with the
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah, I've told this before. I'm sure I told this before.
He did.
I did. We
It was
pulled up.
just you and the driver, and you're gonna.
Yeah, man, because I got held crook. I think I remember I cough vomited.
A
I
cop.
caught it, and he kicked off. He was just like, "Yeah, man, like you're paying for that." And I was
Yeah.
like, "That won't."
These
be.
horrible ride sharers hate it when you vomit in their car. I can't stand
Okay,
it.
well, on this occasion, I wasn't too pissed at all. I was about to get the Uber from Metro's Fremantle.
Yeah, baby.
As all the boys were heading in, I was like, I'm just gonna head home. I'm not.
Oh,
bitch! I'm not about it.
Midnight. The night is still young, Jake.
Anyway, go on
Metros.
fucking all my ride sharing apps, which at the moment,
You've got more than one.
What? Yeah, because I try and flirt with them. I vowed after that night to never use Diddy again.
Did he?
Did
Never
he?
or say it right.
But I had a look, and the prices were absorbent, and they were about.
What else you on? Other? Other?
Uber, and then I've gone on Uber,
Hey.
and it was going to cost me about $90 to get from Freo home. Right?
That's crazy.
I work in Freo. I will quit tomorrow if every trip I'm going to do is going to get me $90 there and back.
But sometimes you might be in a surge or something.
That's what seemed to be happening.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
But
stand
you're a
outside of
surgeon.
metros. You shouldn't stand outside of metros, and you shouldn't stand outside of metros at 12 o'clock. Two wrongs, Jake.
I was walking
Should be
around.
walking into
I
Metro.
was walking around Fremantle, and that's the thing. It was so early, and I was like, "Fuck, it's only going to go up from here."
There is a period after 12 where it goes back to cheap, and then it kicks up around 1:32.
But surely, like, there's so many people dropping off
Yep.
at Metro.
This is what I'm thinking.
Not that.
That no, dropping people off to Metros at midnight.
Oh, that you think that.
so
it
surely
should
they're
be-
like, oh, I'd love
heaps.
to pick someone up
Yeah.
right now.
That's a good point.
Now I start my walk. I was just like, you know what? Like I'll walk to basically whereabouts I work, which is a little bit on the outskirts of Freo now. So I slowly make my venture there just to see if I can bring down the price. Plus, it's going to be a lot easier to probably get a lift. It's going to be a lot quicker to get home. There's a few little factors that are going on in my mind. It gives me a bit of time to evaluate these costly Ubers and see, well, if I've made it halfway down South Street, I might as well
Might as well
just
keep
keep walking
going.
the rest.
Have you guys ever done that?
No, I didn't. I was thinking about it on this evening. Anyway, I put it into my app, and we're flirting with Diddy, Dirty, I don't know, and a bit of Uber as well. Now, 80 seems to be the flat rate on Uber.
80.
Yeah, that seems to be what we're looking at. And I was like, that is a lot.
And it's
for
just you leaving.
yeah, it's just a single man paying
Yeah, you see,
$80
that's- yeah.
for a chauffeur-driven Uber. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's excessive. I haven't spent near that on the night.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
There are so many people, like, you go out and everyone's just like smashing drinks, buying vodka Red Bulls, getting cocktails, having a great time. Oh, entry's $20, fuck it, no problem. And then you get to the point where, especially because a lot of my mates live in like where we live,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, let's head home, boys, and we're all splitting anyway, and it's a bit like, oh, that's a bit steep.
Yeah, well, that's because that's no longer the fun part. Like the reality sets
Yeah.
in, the night's over. Now it's just like, how can I do this on the fucking
You
dirt
regret
cheap?
all your decisions.
Also, I drink pints, so I'm not like smashing little $10
Smashing it out,
fucking
yeah.
shots or anything. My beers are to enjoy for the most part, especially on this evening. I wasn't pissed. I cannot stress
I
enough.
can't believe that.
I cannot stress to you guys enough how sober.
Yeah.
Well, not so.
That's weird.
Look, I could probably drive. I could
Yeah.
definitely probably drive. Definitely probably drive. I'm waiting for the Uber.
Oh, so you called one for $80.
Eventually, I flirted for ages, and then I saw it just plummeted to like 50.
Yeah, this was
And I
around
was
7
like,
a.m.
I was like, oh my god, this is the sun's setting, the sun's coming back up, and I'm looking, and I was just like, okay, it's plummeted to 50. That's got to be good news.
We're on.
Jumped onto
You're like
Diddy.
a-
Jumped onto Diddy. Diddy was now at like 65, and I was like, well, Diddy previously was cheaper than that. So Diddy's going up, Uber's going down. I
You're
don't
like a day trader trying to
Yeah,
buy shares.
that's
You got
what
your little spreadsheet like,
that's what I felt like.
buy.
Anyway, eventually it plummeted more. And then it went up again. It was just like this weird springboard, 80, 50, 80, 50, 80, 50.
80, 50, 80, 50. Yeah.
And then I just shut all the apps, and I was just like, we're just gonna act mean, treat them mean, and they'll be interested.
play hard
yeah?
to get.
And it fucking worked because I got one for $38, right?
That's what I mean. It goes
Yeah.
down.
We take it.
$38. That's great.
It's great. The man comes over and picks me up. I'm on my lonesome. Hop in the back because I think that's like legal requirement now.
Oh, it's lovely. Hey, I hate the.
Where'd you sit?
Back left.
Okay.
Is that
So
okay?
you can see his cheek.
Yeah.
That-
I
that's
sit
the-
behind him
had-
in the
had
killer
fake-
zone.
had
Yeah,
fake-
if you sit behind him, it's like that's weird.
Yeah.
But you know you're
the guy's
protected.
ear.
Slit his throat on the way home.
Yeah.
Um,
To the Godfather.
Wet Willy.
So I'm so I'm sitting there just like, you know, he goes, oh, like, hey, young man, don't know, we have like nice bit of yarn, bit of banter.
Classic.
I'm on my way home and I've realized I paid like $40 is still more than I would normally pay. I make this trip. I cannot stress to you guys enough. I make this trip every day,
Every
5
day,
times a
yeah.
week. Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't cost me any money. I should have just left my car at work on Friday and just driven home. It would have been fun. Now, he's put all the windows down, which I appreciate. It was
Good
quite
man,
it was
yeah.
quite a cool night, and I'm just sitting in the back, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna embrace.
You know what? I paid for this. I'm gonna
Yeah,
live in luxury.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm gonna feel like exactly. So I just fucking put my phone
Yeah.
down. I was like, you know what? I drive these streets every
Yeah.
day. I'm just gonna take it in. For once, someone else is doing the driving down South Street, the whole of South
It's
Street.
like an out of body experience.
I'm
right?
going to enjoy this. I'm like, man, this is look. I never sit in the back when we drive down here ever. Really enjoyed it. Like dog out the window, like sort of vibes.
Oh,
It was
really?
really not quite, but it felt like that. I was
Yeah.
really enjoying myself. Got all the way to Canning Vale. Thanked the dude. Hopped out the car. No fucking worries. Obviously didn't have my keys on me because I was decided I wasn't going to drive.
Yeah.
So I walked around the back door. Opened up the gate to get in, and then I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Feel around. I was like, oh my god, am I wet? Why am I wet? Back of my shirt was wet. All my shorts were wet. And it was just where I had sat. So, like, I can work out that it wasn't a rogue sprinkler as I was walking past.
Yeah.
It's literally just the period
Oh, literally.
where I was seated, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what the obsession is. Whenever you touch generally a brown substance or a wet substance, you immediately touch it and then bring it to your nose.
Give it a woof.
I don't know why that is, but that is just human
You just
instinct.
gotta check.
It's never going to be good news. I get this, like, part of you is like, I'm
That feels
doing
nice.
this because I'm scared it's shit, yeah? And
Oh,
then you
yeah.
do it and you go,
Oh, it is.
oh, 1 for 1.
It's like
So this is exactly what's happened on this occasion. I've gone, oh, fuck me. Someone must have pissed in the back of the car. And I've just hurtled in, sat down, and behaved myself. For the first time in many a year,
Yeah.
have I drunk properly, behaved myself, and sat down in this car. And then I get out and I'm like, oh my God. Like, what else could this be? And then I sniffed it and I was like, well, it doesn't smell like alcohol. Like, alcohol has a smell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Beer has a smell.
Beer?
Cider has a smell. They all have smells that
smell.
I'm quite familiar with. No, it was a different familiarity.
Okay.
It was urine. It was urine.
Oh.
It was definitely urine. Anyway, so I take off all my clothes and put them in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Go on.
And then I immediately message Uber. Give
Yeah.
this dude 1 star.
Butt naked. Yeah.
Give this dude 1 star and message. And I'm like, hey, story with what happens when, like, if I just put my dick out and just started pissing in the back of this guy's seat, there's a fine to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can win. And maybe a lawsuit to sort of be a part of.
And usually, like, oftentimes why the fine is a lot more than like the actual damages, because that's their night of
Yeah.
income coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't go.
Now I'm sitting there. My shirt's quite expensive. My shorts, they're not that expensive. But trust me, the kit that got wet by piss cost more than the Uber ride. Yeah?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
So I've just gone, hey,
45.
hit me up. Like, I want a full
Did you
refund.
message him or did you
No.
message Uber?
I don't know how to message. The last time I tried to message the driver.
He tried to kill you.
yeah, exactly. So I've just messaged Uber and gone, hey, like, story here. Obviously, I don't think the driver was aware. Doesn't really excuse the fact that I was sat in what appears to be urine for the last 30 minutes. It's damaged my shirt, it's damaged my shorts, and it's damaged my insides. So I don't think I'll ever I can repair that.
Yeah.
And have you heard back?
Oh, yeah, they get back to me. Oh, thanks so much for your feedback. I appreciate your feedback. We've noted this down.
Thanks for the feedback.
I'm like, okay,
It
no.
wasn't feedback. I
was
sat
like-
in piss.
I was like, no, that's not. I don't. Give
There's
a
no
fuck.
problem with the servers.
No. So the guy was lovely. It's probably not on him. I don't think he turned around and fucking just slung it in the back for a bit.
It wasn't on him. It was on me.
The conversation goes back and forth over the next 24 hours, and the discussion, like, hey, like, cool, want a full refund. Like, I cannot stress this enough. I want a full refund for the damaged clothes, namely that have piss on them, right? Which
Yeah.
I think is a fair enough
Yeah.
statement.
yeah.
If I caused that much damage to someone else's vehicle, or if I got my cock out and pissed on someone, I would happily pay for the damages.
Okay.
Actually sounds like a deal.
They get back to me, like, we go back and forth, back
Yeah.
and forth, back and forth. And they go, okay, what we can do for you is we can give you $10 Uber cash.
It's not bad.
Now, unless Uber cash is worth more than real cash,
It's like Bitcoin.
I don't want fucking Uber cash.
So they weren't even going to refund you.
Or I don't know how many shirts I can buy in Uber cash.
Uber cash. Wait, did they?
But I'm going to say fucking none.
Did they refund you?
No.
They just gave you Uber cash.
Yeah, and I've just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with these people. We completely understand. I had this guy message me today when I was at work. Hey, heard about your issue.
Yeah.
Hope-
Super funny.
I hope you can rest assured, like, the driver's been contacted and we're going to deal with things on our end, that sort of shit. Like, thank you so much for your feedback. And I was like, man, in, like, all due respect, and then name the dude. I was like, in all due respect, dude, I could give a fuck about whether or not that guy's services continue
Yeah.
next weekend. I just want some money back so I can buy the shirt that has piss on it. I don't think that's too much to ask.
No, but the thing about Uber is they'll refund, like, especially
Anything.
food.
Yeah, man.
You just message them like, man, didn't get the food. And they're like, oh, here's $100.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have urine. I sent photos. I have piss on my clothes. It's not my
They're like,
piss.
dude, did you get home? I think we're done here, pal.
Like, I don't understand what more I can do, but I'm going to continue to address this situation. But if anyone has a contact at Uber, I want to explain, like, what more needs to be done? Well, I couldn't have sat in a worse substance. What, if I'm rolling around in shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But if, like, there's, surely that's, what more has to happen in order to get a refund?
Yeah.
And you know what another
I
thing
didn't
is,
pay
So
someone
did you get the
$40.
$10?
I don't even know. I don't want $10 Uber unless it's worth, like, Bitcoin money. I don't want it. Uber cash to me is fuck all because I don't use ride sharing apps like I mentioned at the start. And this is the fucking reason. All right, boys, it's that time of year again.
It is.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner.
on Monday, coming up very soon.
It is only a handful of days away. What are your thoughts on the big holiday?
I reckon it's underrated.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon it's nice, but I think it gets played up a bit too much, so it's overrated. Like, it's a nice idea, but I think there's too much weight on it.
There's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of self-promotion that goes on around the whole thing. It's just like, oh, nah.
I get what you mean that there's weight on it, but then it's like, it's the time to shoot your shot. It
Oh,
gives
you're
people
gonna
time
think
to-
it's a single man's
It's a single
game.
man's holiday.
It might be a single man's holiday. It gives people time to, like, a specific time of the year to go.
This is it.
Go,
You have a
baby.
reason. You have a reason to launch. We asked the people of
Exactly.
Perth this week, is Valentine's Day overrated or underrated? And a truly incredible amount of people, 88% of people, said that it was overrated.
They're all single.
Oh, everyone that said overrated.
I reckon they're all salty that they don't have a fucking Valentine.
A hot take. A lot of people who, a handful of people who went underrated. Well, you, Riley, you
It's all my
voting
boys.
on our own polls,
It's a
which
lot
is
of my
cute.
mates.
I think it's
Saying underrated.
it's really cute that you and Olive both voted underrated. So you guys, you must do it right. You must do Valentine's Day.
I think me and Taylor both voted for overrated.
I think
so,
me and Kira would have both said.
Which aspect is overrated though?
it's just like another day. In my opinion, it's just like, oh, like it's a nice little gesture.
Yeah,
It's cool to sort of flag on the map, but it's not necessarily anything to prepare for.
Yeah, I think a lot of people sort of see it like a lot of people was like, oh, I'm gonna, it's a day to do something nice.
Yeah,
for,
it's
personally up.
opportunistic.
Yeah.
But shouldn't that be most days?
Have a listen to the fucking.
Do you do it
poll
every
poll.
day, though?
Jake-
People got in contact. We asked why.
Yep.
Why it's overrated, why it's underrated. My favourite one is just from a bloke who I'm not necessarily sure. I don't think I know this man.
Nope.
He just said, you know why. Full stop.
Oh,
Like I broke in his heart last
Yeah.
year and he'd voted overrated. We've got some good ones though that are a little bit more probably explanatory than that. Olive, it's a day to celebrate love.
Oh, that's nice.
So
That's quite cute.
she's read out the definition for those playing along at home.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the opposite to a Valentine's Day would be like a hatred day, so it's spreading the love around the world. Doesn't have to be could be a non-platonic love.
Yeah, that's I guess.
I do like there's one teddy bears are $40. Like
Yeah.
what the F? There is a lot of like, oh, it's Valentine's Day chocolate. So it's just in a red box.
Yeah.
That's $100.
It's opportunistic, both from the person who's buying the shit and the marketing agencies who are involved
Who are
with
making
packaging it
bank.
all up and going, you know what? We don't normally make chocolate, but we're going to do it for this day.
I just said that all my boys said underrated, but one of the boys has provided a reason. Josh said, I pressed underrated in case the misso sees this.
Good man.
So he actually thinks it's overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So hope she doesn't listen.
I did think it was interesting what Riley said before about the difference between if you're single or if you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember, like, you know, when you're in like primary school, middle school, it's like,
It is all.
oh, it's Valentine's Day. Everyone's like, oh, who's gonna get a card? Who's with who?
Who's going to be left in the dust?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on it from that way.
When it does come to the gift giving, is it more a matter of what do you go to? It's largely Chocky's flowers is
Yeah.
from my experience, and like fluffy, cuddly bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's like, I feel like there are gifts you give on Valentine's Day that you couldn't like
No,
get away with on like a birthday.
you can't give someone flowers for Christmas,
No.
or just a bag of like heart flavored,
Heart
heart
things, yeah.
shaped chocolates.
It's a bit more like, I don't know,
It's
like
niche,
sappy.
man. Yeah,
Like,
it's niche. It's niche as.
yeah.
What would you go with? Would you prefer to receive flowers or chocolates?
Chocolate.
As a man,
I think
flowers or chocolate?
I love a flower.
I like chocolates. I do. I like getting flowers, and getting flowers as a guy is like a bit of a treat. You don't really get it too much. I
A
like-
treat.
It is a bit.
I would feel ripped off.
Have you?
It's sweet.
No, but these are me and Riley have gotten flowers out of the blue a couple times.
Yeah.
From who?
Who the fuck do you think?
I don't know. Did someone die?
The fans.
yeah, but I
The
guess
only time I ever want flowers for those playing along at home is not even if someone passes away. I don't ever need flowers. They grow in the bush. Like potatoes.
yeah, you would love.
Buy me a sack of
Yeah,
potatoes.
but
They're
that's 'cause
fucking way more functional than a
The
bunch
reason
of
why
flowers.
you've never got flowers is because Taylor knows you too well to pull that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
because she once bought me a sack of spuds.
Yeah,
I went,
so
yeah,
it
close.
was interesting though because we got much closer on this. We got 47% of people
Yep.
prefer chocolate, 53% prefer flowers.
All right, let's get some
It's a
genders
pretty
up.
split,
Let's
yeah.
get some genders up.
the
'cause
thing
I
I-
think that's going to be where it lays.
The thing I love about the chocolate, though,
You voted for flowers,
Com-
Riley.
compared to
Cozzo voted for flowers.
compared to the flower. Wait, let me get my
yeah,
point
go
in
on.
here. Chocolate can last a few days. Chocolate is a taste that can be taken in like little increments at a time.
Yeah.
Flowers sit in a vase and look alright for a few days, and then they're dead.
For hours. Yeah, I agree, man. A lot of. I think. Look, what did I say? What's a better gift? That does leave it open to giving or receiving. You can give, like, to give flowers. I'd probably give flowers more than I'd give chocolate.
Fair.
But I don't
Yeah.
ever want to get given flowers.
I think flowers mean more, but chocolate is just better. Chocolate just tastes good.
Good
man.
call.
It's facts.
The people also gave their reasons, so if you want to read out a couple of them, Jaboy.
Let me get it up.
Flowers
We've
just-
got a lot of
flowers-
flowers die.
Can't eat flowers. Flowers are more romantic. Chocolate's yum.
I like this one. Flowers because the aesthetic just appeals to me. It makes them cool. I agree.
Yeah, the biggest issue with flowers seems to be that they die.
Yeah.
So
They're not a long-lasting gift.
take that on your way. Now we asked the people of Perth
One
what
fine.
sort of stories you have from Valentine's Day,
story.
funny or otherwise.
I've got a good one.
Hit me.
Of course, we went to a private school. I don't know if they do this at all schools, but at our school we had like homerooms.
Okay.
And it used to be a thing that, you know, you go to the canteen at recess and lunch in the weeks leading up to Valentine's Day. You write a little card, you sign it, you can leave it anonymous,
Yep.
or you can sign it, you know. And I think 1 year specifically, there was a boy who was memed on a fair bit. Like, he was like one of the boys, but he was obviously like the meme of the group.
Yeah.
You still mates with him?
Yeah, yeah.
Name drop or
Cozzo.
no? Oh, Cozzo.
Cozzo.
Yeah.
King.
And
Meme king.
it was that time of year again. we're all writing the cards. And we were like, do you know what would be a fucking laugh, boys?
Oh no.
If we get all 15 of us to write a card to Cuzzo.
Oh.
And then
Does he at least get a chocolate? as
we
well?
walk into class on the day, and the teacher gives out 15 cards to Cuzzo, and none of the other boys get any.
Cause he's
And
stud.
like 2 chicks get them, the good-looking ones in the corner.
Because I got 15
The
random.
Cuzzo is the man of the hour. Look at him go, the fucking bachelor of our homeroom.
Dude, surely
time to be
the
alive.
jig was up.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
pretty
you realise.
He
early
read
on,
them
When we're all
wasn't
giggling and staring at him and going, yeah!
it? It's your day, Cozzo.
Cuzzo, you
Oh,
daddy-o.
that's quality.
We got, I like this story came in from Madison. She went out for bottomless brunch for Valentine's Day. For those who don't know, that's when
Oh, that's when the
you know,
girls.
the gals hang out.
What-
Do
What's
the boys do
bottomless?
anything?
What's a bottomless brunch?
It's
You just drink heaps.
it's like
okay.
it's like a buffet.
cry because
and
you
you
don't
get-
have a boyfriend.
Get mimosas, yeah. Me and there was a few years in a row where
2021.
me
2022.
me and my friend Ethan we would hang out. We played Smash Bros.
Yeah, just a
Ooh.
couple of
Did you
bros.
smash?
We smashed, bro.
Smashing. Nice. Cool.
So anyway, she's at bottomless brunch.
Oh yeah.
They get there, so she's there with her uni friend. She gets there. Their lecturer was on the table next to him
Okay.
with his girlfriend.
Nice.
They didn't want to sit next to their lecturer,
Fair
so they
enough.
asked to move tables. They were like, they'd seen like, this is the table we're going to.
Yeah.
We don't want to be there. Is there
Well,
anywhere else?
immediately on the way there, they saw.
Yeah, I think they must have seen it because there's no way you sit down at the full table and then ask to move.
Yeah, that's rough.
So they asked to move tables because they didn't want to be awkward. Like it would be weird if like
You gotta be quick to realize who it is, and
they'd
then
be on the ball. It
Yeah.
would be weird though. Like you're sitting there with all your uni mates and your teacher is on like a Valentine's Day date.
yeah,
Yeah.
going.
So
Oh,
they didn't-
you got the invite.
They didn't want to. They didn't want to be awkward, so they sat somewhere else. But he saw them, came over to say hi, and he said that it was also his birthday on Valentine's Day. And she
Oh.
said he was actually kind of nice, and it was ended up being a good experience. And he didn't realize they were avoiding him.
That's good. Awkward for the girl that he was with.
My
Happened
fa-
to be another student.
Yeah.
My favourite one for the written in from the fans. It's from hi, it's me, Leighton. He
Okay.
said, I DM'd like 4 girls last Valentine's Day, and they all basically said no in a roundabout sort of way.
Oh, Leighton.
My love life is a big fat L.
Oh, Leighton.
Oh.
Well, we're here for you, mate.
Yeah, well,
Things
Um,
will turn around.
you know, we love you, and that's all that matters, Leighton.
Exactly.
I love this one came in from Matt Bell. He said that so him and his girlfriend said they weren't doing presents, but she got him something.
Dog.
So he's stuck.
That's not what you want.
Shit, we won't do anything, which is always a trap. You always get something. So he snuck out of school to snag a present
Genius.
That's bold.
and then made it back in
How
time.
did he must have been driving.
Must have been, yeah.
It's a long bus ride. Imagine getting on the bus to go to a shop to come back to school.
Not ideal.
Wait, one last one.
Okay.
Some chick, Sophie, got broken up with right before Valentine's. He got his gift still. I got heartbreak.
Ugh.
Nice. I've got one final one. This was a DM. This was a big old boy. This one comes from Aofi.
Yep, Aofi.
Aofa. This one comes from Aofa.
Yeah.
She goes, Valentine's Day 3 days ago. 3 years ago. Sorry, 3 years ago. My ex was on a 3-day bender.
Yo!
Good man.
Rocked home Valentine's morning with chocolates and flowers.
King.
There you
Oh, he
go.
went double
a,
header.
that's a man.
Bang, bang.
That's a man who knows how to apologise for the 3-day bender. I had to work that morning like a normal person, which makes me think that he didn't.
Like a non-normal
and isn't a
person.
normal person. So I went to work and to the gym after. We had dinner plans that night for 7:30. That's
Yeah.
a reasonable time to have dinner.
Of course.
I got home at 6. He was up, fresh and ready to go the minute I walked in the door, which is rare, but I guess if you've done nothing all day,
Yeah, he shouted 12.
Just recovered from the bender.
it's the minimum. I got home at 6. He was fresh. The minute I walked in the door, I had to shower, etc. Fair enough. So I wouldn't be ready to at least 7. That's
That's a quick
still
turnaround.
pretty quick
Yeah,
for a
Especially
woman.
for
For a woman, are you allowed to say that?
Well, yeah, they have a lot
They
of
have
stuff
a lot to get
do.
ready.
He then told me that that wasn't good enough, and that he'd been waiting around all day,
I like this guy.
and he was ready to go now. He said he couldn't wait until 6:30. I don't know what he had planned for an hour before.
Maybe like a nice like camel ride or something.
He said he couldn't wait until 6:30 if I would get ready quick, because he was going to rag week with the boys, which is where student raise and give a week in a massive hisser. Student raise and give week in massive piece. I think they just get heaps pissed.
Fuck
That
yeah.
seems
Hell
to be
yeah.
what's
That's
going on.
nice.
I'm not sure why he needs to be at dinner early if that's the case. Anyway, bear in mind this word that Mum doesn't let us say anymore is 27 years old. And rag week is for students 17 to 22. So
Oh,
our
it's
man's
kinda
just
like
Pushing it.
yeah, kicking on.
Toolies.
He's raggies.
She told him to fuck off,
I like it.
and he did.
Attaboy.
She threw the flowers and a black sack of his clothes out the window in the rain, which sounds more and more like it's part of a Netflix series than it does reality.
From WA, rain in Feb.
Rain and Feb, let's check that. What, 3 years ago?
He came back 3 days later. This bloke just
loves going on a 3-day bender.
just a part.
He's like Jesus of drinking.
And he lost the plot. I ate the chocolates. So she ate the chocolates. I think all of his clothes must have still been outside, just getting peppered with rain for 3 days.
In Feb.
And I've gone, assuming you broke up as a result.
Yep. Obviously.
She said, no.
Oh.
We moved back to Australia a little while after and didn't break
Makes
up.
sense about the rain.
Hence the rain.
And-
Story checks out.
And we didn't break up for another year and a bit. So she must have gone through another Valentine's Day in that period.
yeah.
That story is even worse. Again, more rollovers. I'm not sure what rollovers means, but I think he sounds like
More rollovers. Probably like more of that shit coming down the...
yeah.
Well, we'll get to write it in and we'll read it next year.
Yeah, well, seen. So I guess
The moral of the story is, if you're not worried about Valentine's Day, no matter how bad you fuck it up, I don't know, you still got a shot, I reckon.
all right, boys. I'm personally very excited about this.
You got the big game.
We do now. The game is sort of a game within a game.
Holy shit.
We're double crossing a few people here.
Gameception.
Let me run you through the setup.
Rightio.
We're telling Taylor
Jake's girlfriend.
Jake's girlfriend, if you're not aware.
that there's a game going on between all of us and all of our girlfriends,
Yes.
whereby we want to work out which partnership knows the most about the partnership.
Yeah, it's a classic how well do you know your partner?
Exactly.
There you go.
Now, Taylor and I are going to be celebrating, I believe, our 9th, what do you call this day? Valentine's Day ever. So I'm assuming by this point in time, she knows me quite well.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
You'd hope so.
So I know that she knows me well, but I also think she's super duper competitive.
Okay.
Also, if she thinks that she's competing against Olivia and Kira,
Yeah. She's
Like,
going to be competitive.
me and Kira have only gone up for 9 months. Olivia's only been up for 2 years.
years.
Two and a half, yeah.
There's stake in the
Yeah.
game here.
That's nothing compared to this 10-year relationship.
Yeah.
We don't want to get shown up, and she knows how much I like winning. Now, in all honesty, the game's not happening. The game is just happening for Taylor.
The
So
old
when we
game's
call her, what we'd normally do when we call people is we give them a bow. We say, all right, we're going to call you in a sec. We're just going to put you on mute, and we're going to put ourselves on mute. So you can't hear us, we can't hear you.
Classic.
And then we intro the fucking, what do you call this?
Segment.
The segment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next time we bring them up, they're live on air. Easy?
That's it.
That's exactly what we're going to do at the moment. So I'm going to call Taylor, tell her what the game is, explain how the girls went.
Yep.
And build her up and go, okay, well, we want to win this. We want to win this. I don't know what the questions are yet, but you're just going to have to answer them as we go.
Yeah.
We're then going to not mute her, but we're going to tell her she's muted.
Okay.
Then we're going to quickly run through the answer to the questions.
Oh, we're gonna.
So she's going to hear every single answer. So she's going to know all of them,
Oh,
which means that she should win the game.
theoretically.
Now, my whole thing is I think that it should be competitive enough to want to win.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
And there's some.
And you boys seem to think she's going to be on us to pull the
No,
pin.
I reckon she will. What I predict when we start saying the answers that she can hear,
Yep.
I reckon she'll try and interject. Obviously, we're going to pretend like we can't hear her.
Yep.
So we're going to go straight to the game. And once we go into the game, we're going to be like, this is rapid fire. You're going
Yeah,
to get
clock's
straight
on.
to it.
Got to do it.
And then I think that she's going to, I reckon she's going to say, I think she's too honest.
Okay. Well, we've personally got a little bit of money on this because I think I think me and Taylor are going to be able to get all the way through. She's not going to say a thing.
Oh yeah.
But Joe and Riley both think that she's likely going to pull the pin.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to call Taylor. We're going to set her up for what she thinks is going to be a very fun game with all the couples.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just a game of her personality and of our relationship. and she should know, or she's going to know all of the answers.
Yeah.
So is Taylor honest or competitive?
Let's find out.
All right, boys. It is time to call Taylor.
Here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for.
Yo,
Hey,
yo.
hey.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What we're gonna do is you're not on there. Don't stress.
Oh,
You answered it hesitantly. You're like, hello.
yeah, I'm so nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. It'll be good fun. Basically, what we're gonna do is, should we tell you? We'll tell you the rules now. We told the other girls. The rules
Yeah,
now.
and then we won't do it on it.
So, what's basically gonna happen is the boys have 5 questions.
Yep.
They're all largely around they're basically about me,
Okay.
and it's basically a personality test. So you just need to work out. You just basically need to answer them in a way, just correctly,
Yeah.
and then however many you get is how many points we get on the
The
board.
girls did
yeah.
quite good.
Yeah.
Did they? I'm nervous that I'm going to do the worst because 10 years is a long time.
No, that's why we
forget
should
you
do the
guys.
best. That's why you should do the best. They're not like
No.
they're not like
Not
deep,
like-
they're
it's
not
not like-
deep
I think-
cuts.
I think Kira's nailed this.
Kira did well.
Kira got 4.
Kira got
yeah.
4. Well, there's only 5 questions. She got 4.
Got to.
Olive put in a valiant effort for 2 though.
She tried.
It was
And will you say if I'm right or wrong on the spot, or we do that at the end?
no. We'll do it all at the end because it's gonna be there's like
It'd be
30.
pretty
You've got
quick.
30 seconds,
Yep.
and we're just gonna
Okay.
barrel through
5
them.
questions.
Yeah,
No time
Okay.
to think.
and it's first answer only, so you can't really say anything else. We're just basically gonna come back.
Okay.
We'll intro the
And
whole
if I have-
segment.
If I have time at the end, can I go back and do the questions if I pass?
No. You got to get them in. That's it. There's no
Okay.
comeback
Alright.
later. They're not that hard.
not-
They're
yeah.
reactive
Okay.
questions.
Oh,
but
there's some.
let's do
Yeah,
this.
you'll be fine though.
But the whole key is that's why you can't go back and you can't pass them and go back. It's reactionary.
Okay.
So I can't say what the questions are,
But you
but
should be able to go.
No, you can say one.
they're not they're not easy enough that you're gonna be able to pass and go.
But it's
I
almost
need-
like first thing that comes into your head.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not shit you're gonna have to think about. It's you'll
Okay.
you'll know.
All right,
Okay.
I'm ready.
So what we're gonna do is we'll quickly put you on. Oh, we haven't explained. There's a little bit of
yeah.
there's a cash
stakes.
prize as well.
Yeah.
So we actually need to get all 5 right in order to win.
beat Kira.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stakes are the 2 brothers that don't win are up for $25. We've decided it's 25. It may be
Yeah.
50. They're up for $25 to $50 each, and
Yeah.
we're basically
Yeah.
going to pay for the other people's Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's so cute.
So we have to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Times are tough. We're trying to buy houses here. Okay. So we're going to basically just put you on hold. You won't be able to hear us. We won't be able to hear you. So, but the next time we speak, the clock is ticking, and you need to answer the questions. Understood?
Okay. I
Okay.
feel like I'm on a radio show.
Well,
That's the idea.
yeah. You've listened to 72 episodes. You'd think that you've caught on by now.
Okay.
All right. We'll put you on hold. Just give me 1 second.
All right.
All right. Could you hear us then?
No.
Okay. Fantastic.
Perfect.
All right. What we'll do before we go on is we'll just quickly rattle through them because we've obviously done your questions and then we've done curious questions as well.
Yep.
So just quickly go through them because basically I want to do it nice and fast so that once she's on, we can just rattle
exactly,
through them all. We won't even explain the rules because we've already explained the rules once before.
Cool.
So first one,
Favorite color?
green,
Yep. Green.
I can hear you.
Beer, wine, or spirit?
obviously beer. I think she'll get most of these pretty quickly.
Did just have to say beer.
Yeah, just gotta say beer.
Green, beer. Favorite celebrity?
Rowan Atkinson,
Right. Mr. Bean. Favorite kids movie?
Toy Story 2.
And what was the last one, Joe?
Where is Jake's secret freckle? Which is
I think we reword it because that'll be too. Oh, you
Yeah.
want to do that?
yeah,
So I'll just say as long as she says like
toe.
on my toe or on my foot.
Yep.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Green, beer, Mr. Bean. Yep.
So it's green, beer, Mr. Bean, Toy Story 2, foot or
Yep.
toe.
And
Yeah.
Riley, we'll go. I'll do the first one.
Okay.
You do second, 3, 4.
Easy?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Cool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
All right, boys, welcome back to the pod.
Here we go.
Very exciting times. Obviously, Kira did well. She just finished up with 4.
Yep.
Olive, a valiant effort
She tried.
to collect 2. We've called Taylor as we did with the other girls. She's on the line. She's ready to go. She knows the rules. She knows what the stakes are.
Yep.
And she knows she needs a perfect 5 out of 5 score to win.
Pressure's on. Here we
We'll
go.
just bring her back. Taylor, you there?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, you have 30 seconds. The time. You got to answer them quick, all right? 30 seconds is not very long.
Okay.
Time. We need all 5.
All right, let's do this.
Time starts now.
What is Jake's favorite color?
Green.
Beer, wine, or spirit for Jake?
Beer.
Yes.
Who is Jake's favorite celebrity?
Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean.
Good. 3. That's 3. Yup. Olivia's out.
What's Jake's favorite kids movie?
Kids movie.
Yep.
Toy Story 2.
Yep.
Okay, last one. Where is Jake's secret freckle?
You got 10 seconds.
Secret freckle. Fuck. On his foot.
Yeah.
A bit more specific.
In between his toes.
Yeah, she does.
he's
I
done
told
it.
you she'd get 5 out of 5.
Do you know how I know that?
How?
Because I have the same freckle in between my toes.
I did not know that. I'm glad you don't have a podcast to go through things. Oh, that's huge. Boys,
I'm out of pocket.
Right,
we
wedding.
said at the start if anyone was to get 5 out of 5, we'd
Yep.
give the option to go double or nothing.
Oh shit.
Now that you've both lost, are we
What?
still fine to go double or nothing?
Yeah, I reckon.
What do you
All right.
mean?
The question, I get to at least ask you this question.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough. The double.
Yeah.
Taylor,
I'm gonna be out of pocket. Yeah.
the question is, would you prefer to be honest or would you prefer to win?
Is this what I think you would say? Or what I say?
What you would say.
What I would say?
Yeah.
And you have to guess my answer?
Yeah, would you
or
prefer to be honest or would you prefer to win?
I would prefer to win.
Yeah, we know, because you would have heard that whole thing, yeah?
No, I turned to the sound down so I couldn't
That's
hear.
a lie. That is a blatant lie. There's no way that you know half those things. The fucking the foot toe thing. There's no way you know that shit, man. There is no way.
I love
Do you have
the.
a freckle there?
Hey?
Yeah, he
Do you
does. He
have a-
does.
Yeah.
It's in
I have
between
a
his.
freckle there.
It's in between his big toe and his like pointed
toe?
toe.
Yeah, the taller toe.
Yeah.
Nah, that was just a gag for you, man. I thought I won in the end because I said that you'd go through. You wouldn't be honest. You'd be competitive and win it all. And it
Yeah, we
turns
had
out it was a good personality test because I know
This
you
is
very,
so
very well. We didn't even call the other girls. This has just been about you.
What? No, that's a lie.
100%. That is exactly what's happened.
We had another bet going on where me and Riley thought that you would stop it and be like, no.
Did you not hear me say?
Yeah, we
did.
pretended
Of
we
course
couldn't.
Of course we did.
And I turned the sound down, and
Nah.
I was like,
Oh,
"Fuck, this is
lie.
annoying."
That's a lie. How'd you know
Because
that?
how did you know we came
How'd you know
back?
that we were coming back?
What?
How did you know that we were coming back?
What do you? I just turned it back on.
You're a liar. You're a liar. That's not true. That's
Where
not
did the
true.
lies stop?
That's not true. Always a pleasure to chat to you, especially when we're on the air.
Love your work.
Oh my god! So we don't win a dinner?
See, she does care. I told
all
you
she
she'd
wants.
care.
Well, Jake's bet was still that you would cheat. So technically, you guys still did win the game.
Yeah, we won. We won.
There you go.
If you had
Yeah, you're-
if you had been honest, we would have lost on multiple little facets there.
So you cheated, but you still win.
Yeah, no, it's still win.
I
And
love the competitive spirit.
Win at all costs.
Yeah. Why didn't you do this to the other girl?
because it'd be more fun with you, obviously.
It's so
turns
embarrassing.
out-
We knew you would cheat.
Thank you so much
God.
for joining us. We'll chat to you soon.
Bye.
All right, boys, that was good fun. Thank you for playing, and cheers to Taylor for being such a good sport.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't have any doubts. She's always a good sport. She's always heavily involved in the pranks and stuff.
Yep.
She is, yeah.
Fucking
The go-to.
props to her. I might actually have to buy her roses and what's the other one?
Chocolate.
Chocolates.
Chocolate, yeah.
Jesus.
With
and-
all our money.
All right, boys. That brings us to episode 72.
Two.
Fuck, we're getting up there.
Yeah, baby.
It's time for one of my favourite weekly segments. It's time for Out Everyday hero. Junior boy, take it away.
Here we go. So, last week we were chatting about school, going back to school, all that kind of jazz, and we're chatting about primary school nostalgia.
Yep.
And it got me thinking about this one time I was in school,
Congrats, man.
and it was primary school. It was
Yeah.
back
Say
at-
school again.
it was back in year. It was back in year 3 at school,
Yeah.
and
Where were you?
at school.
Okay.
We went on our touch rugby tournament,
Nice.
and it was always like every time there was like
there's like flag belt.
yeah.
Flag belt.
Ev-
Flag belt rugby, just quickly. That was all time. That shit was good.
So much fun.
Flag belt was better than touch rugby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We should start a fucking Macpack flag belt
Like,
20. I might.
League.
I was just saying before, I haven't run in 2 years.
Need a running flag belt.
Need to change directions though, which is something I can't do. Back to the hero. Sorry,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
So it was always with me at primary school. I always found that whenever there was a big event at school, that night I would wake up really, really ill and not be able to go to the event.
Performance
Oh, okay,
anxiety.
yeah.
Performance
It
anxiety.
must have been something to do with that because it was like I never got actually nervous for it. I was always so keen for like the big basketball tournament, the inter-house athletics carnival, the sports day, the cross country, the touch rugby. I was always so excited. And I remember waking up at like 6 a.m. on the day of the touch rugby tournament. It was all the talk for fucking months because we were training like crazy. My team wanted to win in year 3.
Yeah. Good. That's
cool.
the peak though. That's the peak.
Anyway, and I remember waking up and I was like shivering like crazy. I was like down bad, like migraine, like just in a real bad state for a 6-year-old, right? And I remember my mum was like, pop 2 Panadols, see how you feel. Went back to sleep for a little bit, woke up and I was like, there's no way I'm missing this shit, man. So I went to the event and I was high on Panadol.
Performance
as
enhancing.
as a 6-year-old, I think 2 Panadols.
That'll knock you on your ass.
Yeah, that'll get you going. And for most of the day, it did. Hit around like 12 p.m. And then you know how like the parents come to these events.
Yeah.
Mum came, gave me 2 more Panadol,
Jeez.
got him down,
Doping scandal.
got him down the gob,
Was Asada around or?
and I was good for the next few hours. And then we finished the day, and I was like, all right, cool, I made
Felt
it.
like an hour for Riley was fucking KO'd.
Well, I don't think we did that well, but it was like, fuck, I went. We played. It was
Yeah.
good fun. And I remember being in the bus on the way home, and the Panadol had worn off fully, worn off, and I started getting this like pounding.
Yeah,
in my
withdrawals.
head. Started getting this pounding in my head, and I was like, fuck, like this shit, like, I could be in strife here. And I remember we were with the boys in the year above us as well, and like we had a lot of banter. We were like pretty good mates with the boys in the year above us, and we were bantering a lot.
Yep.
On the bus, there was a lot of tomfoolery going on.
Yep.
No doubt.
And I remember sitting there, it was
Crushing
like
up Panadols down
two-
the back.
Yeah.
2-seaters down the lanes, you know how it is. And I was sitting there, and I put my head on the seat in front of me, and I just started sobbing, and
Aww.
sobbing, and just sobbing. And everyone was like having a laugh, and then everyone was like, "Oh shit, McKenna's down bad. Like, why is he crying?"
What were
so
you
much?"
upset about at this point? Like, what was
pain?
Just the
hurting?
pain, man.
What?
Migraine. Just felt like shit. It was
Okay.
shivering, just cold, fucking, just like bad.
Really unwell.
I should not have gone to this event. And then I remember getting back to school, and we always used to do the church pickup. Everyone used to get picked
Yep.
up in front of the church. And then like we got back on the bell, gave all of our shit back in, grabbed our bags, and we like went and sat at the church. It was always tomfoolery at the church as well. Everyone gets picked
There
up at the
was.
church. And
I don't know
That
if we
church
can-
went dummy lit.
I don't know if
Yeah, of
that's
course.
that's going to cause some legal requirements. I don't think you can say the
It was
the
tomfoolery.
the church saw tomfoolery because I don't know. Tom
The church steps.
Tom allegedly didn't get fooled around at all. So allegedly,
Anyway,
allegedly.
so
Stop fooling with Tom.
yeah, so we're sitting in front of this,
He's 7.
sitting in front of the church, right? And I was like, and obviously we mentioned last week, we live 200 meters from the school.
We
if
did,
that.
yeah.
Quite close.
So, Mum's never late. We didn't really walk home. Mum always came and picked us up, which was just legendary. She just came
Yeah.
and picked us up. We
Allegedly.
never had to walk home. And I was sitting in front of this thing, and I was like, "Alright, that's all right." Like, I'll just hold on, just like keep your eyes closed. You'll make it.
Hold on, you're making it sound like you're about to pass away.
Oh man, this was probably the worst I've ever felt. I've had some bad pains. I've been in hospital. This was probably the worst I've ever felt. And I remember just sitting there, just like crying, just like having
Aw.
tears weep out of my eyeballs. And this teacher that I fucking hated
Oh.
was there, and she was being like kind of nice to me, but like she was like looking over like.
While you're
But there was
sobbing.
like 50 kids there, so she was obviously having to pay attention to a lot of kids, not the quiet kid in the corner who's got his hand in his head in his hands. And I was sitting there crying. And for some reason, Mama Bear decided to take fucking ages this day. School finished at like 3 o'clock, 3:05.
3:15? 3:10.
Yeah, something like that. It got to like 3:45, and I was still sitting there crying like crazy. I was like, today is not the day, man. Come on.
Could have walked.
I could.
He was in
I
too
probably
much
don't think
pain.
I could stand up. Man.
Oh.
I was fucking like down bad. And then all my friends had left as well. So
Where's
I had
mum?
no one to take care of me. And this teacher standing over there, and she's a bit of a fucking, so she's not really giving too much help. But there's this one kid who I never really talked to in school.
Yep.
He was really quiet. He always sat in the corner of the class, just did his own thing. His name's Daniel. He was Joe's
My buddy.
buddy
Daniel.
back in the day.
Daniel.
Does Daniel have a surname?
I'm not too
Probably.
sure. Not too sure. But me and Daniel were never mates. We never hung out. Daniel was into like, what Joe was into, wizards and stuff.
Wizards. Yeah, wizards.
Wizards and Bark.
I was playing footy. I was playing touch at lunch. But
All right, big jock energies. Not hanging out with the kid who's eating
Nice.
bark.
But yeah, I was sitting with my head in my hands, and I remember Daniel came over, and it was just me,
Just chewing on
and,
bark.
just me and Daniel at this church.
He goes, I know a trick.
Just me and Daniel at this church, sitting on the steps. And Daniel came over, sat next to me, and didn't say anything. He just put his hand on my back and just started rubbing my back.
Aww.
And I don't know if you guys have ever been like down bad, sick, or crying, but a back rub, just the circular motion of just
like almost a pat.
oh, the most comforting thing a man can feel. And I've Mum probably gave it to me.
Take that to the back.
Mum probably gave me the back rub, but like I never like felt it from a foreign,
Oh,
like
I don't think you can say that.
like a foreign hand that I wasn't.
I don't think you can say that on the podcast. Shout out to Daniel. No matter where you're from, we love you, Daniel.
You know what I mean? Like someone who doesn't usually,
Not related to him.
lay their hands
Yeah,
on my
because you're
body.
foreign. Do you know that?
And then so he was giving me the circular motion on my back. And I didn't even say anything to him. But I was so thankful that this man came in and like, he just made me feel fucking like comforted and great for like the 5-10 minutes. And then Mum pulled up and the teacher comes running. She picks me up and then like,
The teacher picked you
well,
up.
pretty well. He was like helping me get
Get
to
away
the
from that
car.
foreign.
Helping me, Jesus Christ, get in the car, and then took me home. And I never got to thank Daniel for that day. But
Oh,
Daniel, mate, if you're listening now, if you're listening in a few years to come when the Macpack is huge,
yeah.
thanks, Daniel.
Thank you,
know who
Daniel.
are.
So you didn't decide to speak to Daniel, the day or week after, or the 3 years that you continued on at that school?
I mean, we did chat, but it was never like, thanks for that back rub you gave me that one weird Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, I definitely would have been the sort of person to get around someone who gave me a back rub, and I
I
would
don't
have
think you are.
considered them a
Yeah,
close
but I
friend.
was 6 years old, bro. I probably forgot about it after I got home and had 3 more Panadols.
But 12 years later, on episode 72 of the Macpack podcast,
Daniel, you beast.
he remembered, and Daniel received episode 72's Everyday Hero. All right, boys, that brings us to the end of episode 72 of the Macpack podcast. It's been a little bit of a bumper. It's had a good little back end to it, I reckon.
Oh, wow.
You did, yeah.
Another
Much like
banger.
us boys.
Hey!
Yeah.
Boys, been an absolute pleasure to sit next to the two of you.
Always
as we've
is.
done so each and every week.
Fuck yeah.
We've got a couple of little gifts coming in the next couple of weeks, so we'll shout out a few kings who are delivering them.
Oh, yes. I know what
Hang-
you're talking about.
Quite
Some
excited.
Valentine's gifts, maybe?
Oh, yes. If you would like to contribute, if you would like a shout out,
Oh.
send us some chocolate, send us some roses.
Yeah.
Just send us a DM if you're listening to this on
Valentine's Day.
Day-ish. Ping us a message because we love you all.
Fuck yeah.
Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure to sit next to the two of you for 32 weeks,
Hey, it always is.
including this week. So until we do so next week, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to.
Go give your mama.
It's ciao for now, but not forever.